when we have experiences that are either repetitive, like driving down the same street all the time, right? And then we want to go a different way and we find ourselves driving down, just like, oh, shoot, I didn't want to go this way because we've learned that, right? Our neurology creates patterns like imprints in our brain, and they're useful. So that it's just like I talk about driving the car. You don't have to every single time figure out how you put your foot on the brake. Your brain, your physiology learns that, and it makes life easier as we go forward. That patterning, however, if it's been traumatic or if it's not useful to us anymore, that patterning is still there, but we can change it, right? The brain, there's a wonderful book called The Brain That Changes Itself by Dr. Norman Doidge. How our brains are so malleable that they can move and change things. That the example I give is if you're walking through the forest and you've got a clear path, that's the one you always go down, and you know where you're going, and then it bends over to the right and you go down this hill, you know that path. One day you decide you're going to go this way, and first time you got a bushwhack. There's no path, you trip over a stump, you got to get the trees out of the way, and there's that gully you got to go through. The first time it's hard. The second time, it's like, God, was it here? And you might miss it a little bit. You got to come back and you got to do it again. You do it 3 or 4 times, you start to recognize, oh, here's that path. When you do that long enough, it's going to be as clear a path as the one that you know. It doesn't mean the one you know goes away. It may grow thinner. I mean, literally neurologically, it recedes, and then the one that's more used becomes more prominent in your neurology. So you can change those behaviors. And what is useful is to understand, like you can create whatever you want to.